This call is now being recorded.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Let's quickly proceed. Sorry that this meeting came at a very short notice, but it's very important. So we hope that those who are not here will, watch the recording and, get the information that we have to share. Okay, so basically, I'm calling this meeting because one of the things I want us to know and make clear. Let me first say good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. Okay, so one of the things I want to make clear is this. Uh, Nobody has said this journey is going to be easy, okay, but it's achievable and it's something we can do, okay, and at the end of the day, it will be worth it. But it all depends on each and every one of us as an individual, what we want out of this, what we want to make out of this. Um, I know that in the course of the journey, there'll still be issues, there'll be concerns. Many people will come up, say things, even people who don't follow up on updates, people who are not even communicating or interacting in the group and all that. This group is supposed to be an interactive group. It's supposed to be a group where everybody, comes to, showcase or probably maybe share what they know or what they've learned as well. Because we're not here to start teaching people again what we believe or think they've already learned from the foundation and advanced class. That's not what we're here to do. Okay. But there are still guidelines we need to work with and to streamline things and make things, much easier for everyone who is part of this. But one of the things I want to say, and I've always been saying this, okay, um, this is not a group where, okay, people are just sitting by and then probably waiting for signals to just drop, okay? We can also generate these signals. How do we come about the signal? We come about it by following what is posted in the HFM Telegram group. We go through the news for the day. I go to Forex Factory. I read up news. I check other things that I need to. That's what informs me to know what could possibly be happening in the markets. Sometimes early hours of the day, you might not see major things or movements in the markets. It might be much, much later. Okay. There are people who trade from 10 o'clock upwards because that's when the market really picks up. Okay. So this is something I want each and every one of us to do. I don't just want us to sit by and wait for, oh, maybe Mr. Rema drops a signal, or maybe I want us to, okay, come into the group and say, okay, I'm looking at this currency pair. Okay, this is what I see. We can discuss, we can talk about it. Other people can take a look at it. Now, the only signal you will see in the group is the one that comes with the image. And I've made it that it is only Rema that will post that signal, not me, not Mr. Peter, not anybody. Okay, for now. So anytime you see that image that carries, let me even see what's written on that image. So anytime you see that image that says live trading analysis and signal alert, okay, that means that is a signal. And it will always come sometime, maybe few minutes before the trade, actually sets up for either a buy or a sell. And the main reason why we came up with that strategy is because everybody is supposed to understand how that strategy works. It might not be the only strategy you want to use, but that's the major strategy that we have for now. Okay? And it's a good one. All right? More strategies will come along the line. So everybody is supposed to know that before you take a trade, it is after the intersection. Okay? It is after the intersection that you would know whether it's a buy signal or whether it's a sell signal. Because let me also tell you, somebody can be very busy or distracted, even Rema himself. He could even make a mistake, not deliberately. Okay? He could say, position yourself for a buy, or he could say, position yourself for a sell, only to realize that the intersection is saying you should buy and not sell, or you should sell and not buy. So that's why you as a person, you also need to check the intersection by yourself and confirm that it's actually for a buy or for a sell. So that if there's a mistake, you can also point it out to everybody in the community that this is actually a buy and not a sell. And most times, after the intersection, you might still realize that the market might be selling. If the signal is for a buy, it might still be selling for a few minutes or seconds before it starts buying. It could be the other way around. But this is what we all need to understand. We need to take responsibility and we need to check this for ourselves. Okay? Now, if you see anything come from me, or maybe we're talking about, okay, take a look at GBP USD or GBP JPY, either for a buy or maybe setting up for a buy or a sell. Until we put that currency pair, okay, with that signal image, that is when you know that you should take that trade. Just like Mr. Peter said, maybe in addition to that, for those of us who have taken a particular trade, we will come to the group and say, okay, I'm in this trade. But sometimes by the time we are coming to say that we are in this trade, it may also be that the trade has left and it may be late for some people to go in. But we will still do that. For those who want to take, fine. Those who don't want to. Like I said yesterday, see, you see in this space, if you allow fear rule you, you will not do anything. The major reason why some people will not take a trade or a particular trade will still be as a result of fear. Even if they have done their own analysis and they realize that, okay, I should actually take this trade for a buy or for a sell, you still find out that most people will wait to get confirmation from either Elvis or Rema or Mr. Peter before they take the trade. But that's not the case. It shouldn't be that way. Okay? If we allow it that way, it will totally mean that everybody is relinquishing, what they should do to us. And that will not be the best. Because in that case, it will mean that you yourself, you're not learning anything. You're not ready to do anything by yourself. Okay? it will mean that, okay, we're just in this group to get signals to trade. The goal here, no matter what we're doing, is that you learn this for yourself and that you can actually do this by yourself, even if there is no signal. So these are some of the things I want us to understand, okay? But anytime there's a clear signal, we will drop it in the group, okay? And another thing is this. See, like I said, or I told Madam Tina yesterday, we don't want to specify or choose a lot size for anybody. That's why we have a demo account. That's why we have a live account. And don't think that, oh, if you don't take that trade on your live account, that you're missing out. No, you can actually decide to take that trade on your demo. And learn how to take trades on your demo with even a higher lot size. It will also help build your confidence. But before you take that trade with a higher lot size, also be confident enough to know that, oh, this trade is going to be selling for the next 1 minute, or it's going to be buying for the next 1 minute, or it's going to be buying for the next 3-4 minutes. That's why we encourage people, before you jump into a trade, especially if the signal is coming within the hour, allow the hour, okay, allow the candle to close, okay, and let a new candle form. And when the new candle forms, you see the direction before you go into that trade. Before you go into that trade. I don't take a trade before a candle forms. I take a trade after a new candle has formed. And you find out that if it's within the hour, the signal most times is always very strong. And that strong signal could even be for just a few minutes. And then the market reverses. And if you look at all this, if you say, okay, let me start checking everything that I need to check before I go into that trade, you may miss out on the trade. So while the trade is building up, okay, like there's something I did today. I use a tab. If you have a laptop too, some mobile devices or phones can also do that. If you put it in the landscape mode, okay, you can split your screen into two. You could have your demo on one side of the screen. You could have your live account on one side of the screen. And then if you use a tab, you can also on your browser open up the currency strength meter on your browser. And you can minimize and juggle within these pages. Okay? Check the currency strength meter, and at the same time you're looking at other things that you need to check before taking that trade. So that in case the currency strength meter, maybe within the minute or within the second, there is a change. Because it happens in real time. You just see the currency strength flip. And once it flips, you now know that, okay, this trade, I should take it or not take it or not go into it. During the foundation class today, even though the class started late, it didn't start early, but the very moment I connected, I learned something today, which had to do with CHF and JPY. I don't know how many of us who joined the class today. The educator said something about CHF and JPY. On a normal day, those currencies are not supposed to be strong. They are weak currency. But whenever JPY or CHF becomes strong, and then the other major currencies become weak, then you should just know that there's something wrong in the market. It's not just right.
And at that very moment, it just shows you that you should, at that point in time, be selling that currency pair and not buying that currency pair. So please, one of the things I want to say to us here is, especially for those who are waiting for, oh, let a signal drop. Okay? Fine, if you're waiting for a signal, be patient. If it comes, we will drop that signal. Like I said, I wanted to use my personal line to create another broadcast list, maybe that we'll use specifically for the signal. So once it is dropped, I share it in the broadcast and also in the Telegram, and people can see it. Because the other broadcast list is already, you know, carrying so many things. It carries M3, it carries HFM, registered members, and then every other general broadcast message that we send. We wouldn't want our signals to be mixed with that same broadcast. So I'm probably going to use another line to do that, but it's equally not easy, okay? And this means saving everybody's number on another device to make sure that that happens. But it's something that I'm willing to do. But please, if you're on this journey with us, please stay focused on the live trading group. We won't be running after anybody. We won't be running after anybody. If we're discussing in the group, if we're sharing ideas in the group, if you're not there and you're not part of it at that moment, fine. Whenever you come into the group, whatever you see, fine. If you miss out on what is supposed to happen at that time, it's nobody's fault. That's why we said it depends on what you want to do with this and how important it is to you. We also have other things that we do, okay? We have other businesses, we have other things we pay attention to. But if we make out and create time for this, it is because it is important to us. So please, if you're looking for a signal, the signal will always come with the image, like I said, and it will come from Rema. Okay? And lastly, before maybe we take questions or maybe contributions from any other person, like I said yesterday, when you see a good trade, even if that trade is going to take a minute or is going to play out for 2 minutes, and you're very sure of that trade, right? Determine within yourself how much you want to make, how much you're willing to lose. This is the only way you can overcome fear. And then decide what lot size you want to use to take that trade. You see the trade I posted in the group. That trade did not take up to 2 minutes. I think it was a minute and some seconds, and I exited that trade. But I knew that that trade was going to sell the US 30. And within that short movement, I used, I think, is it 0.90 or thereabouts. And then the other one was 0.10. I even wanted to use a lot size, a standard lot, but the trade didn't execute. I don't know the reason why it didn't. So I had to think and quickly use what I used. And in less than, and that is scouting for you. If you're sure of it, take that trade, and in how many seconds, make some good money and close the trade and out of the trade. You don't need to stay in the trade for more than 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, trying to see what plays out. Use a good lot size, take the trade, make your profit, get out of it. Because that sell may be short-lived or that buy may be short-lived. It may not take time, and then the market reverses. So that's what scalpers do. If you're afraid, if you're scared, fine. Use your mini or micro lot, take the trade, and fine. However you want it to play out for you, okay for you. But we would not tell anybody this is the lot size you should use. We won't. I specifically, I won't say that. I won't tell anybody what lot size to use. That is your own discretion. So I'm going to end here. Mr. Peter, Rema, have any contribution, put it in. If any other person has anything to say, please raise your hand now. I have a meeting in the next 3 minutes, M3 meeting for some specific leaders that I need to join so that if I get some updates, I'll share with the community. So the floor is open. And for those who didn't join this meeting is recorded. We'll share the recording after the meeting. Okay, Rema, go ahead.
All right, thank you, boss.
Please be very brief. Yeah.
Please, I want us to just know the difference between trade idea and the signal. What happened today wasn't really about the signal. People were giving their trade ideas, what they were looking into, and what they are thinking will happen in the market. You get me? But it's just rather unfortunate that we didn't take, some of us didn't take it the way we thought it is. In fact, seriously, haven't it been for that trade idea conversation, I wouldn't have released the US 30 today, because boss had to call me and say, Rema, what trade idea do you have? What are you looking at? You must be looking at a particular trade right now. What are you looking at? And I had to tell him that, boss, I'm looking at US 30. It's a very good pair. I've been monitoring it for some time, and I had to come out with that to the community. You see, if we don't do that, we will not know what people are having. I know a lot of people too are also doing research. You get me? They are researching, and they might want to bring out a very good pair as well. You get me? So the trade idea is just for us to explore, so that at the end we'll come and realize that there's this particular pairs that is doing well for us. Let's focus on it. You see, that is why the trade idea is there. In fact, personally, what me have realized, the SMA always struggle when it's with JPY. Any pair with JPY, the SMA struggle with it. That is my observation. You can also go sit down and do it. So always, whenever I see a pair having JPY in it, I know that it's a threat to the SMA. It's a threat to the SMA.
Do you know the reason why it's like that?
No, boss.
Because naturally those currencies are not strong currencies. If it is the other way around, okay, the SMA strategy would work. If it is the major currencies that have the strength, the currency strength, that SMA strategy will work well. But if it is CHF and JPY that has the strength, that strategy will not work well with the SMA.
Okay. So we are all in the learning space. Okay, we are all in learning space. At first I was saying gold, but I'm discovering some things that are even sweeter than even the gold. You see, so that is a space for you. So when the trade idea comes like that, let's embrace it. But we are not trying to say it's a signal. It's just an idea that we are looking at. Let us get it clear, please. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Peter?
I think Mr. Dakbo has got his hand up. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dakbo, go ahead.
Yeah,
Please, if you can see the hands of Mr. Peter, help me call them. I can't see it from here.
Thank you very much, Elvis and Mr. Peter and Rema. Please, I just want to share one experience, and I want to know what happened. When Rema was giving us training, he said after setting the SMA, that it will also appear on all other peers. But today, I don't know what happened. It didn't appear in the peer that I wanted to choose. So I don't know. I'm putting that questions to Rema. I don't know what could have happened. It only appeared on the very first one where I set it, but the others, it didn't. So that's my
Okay,
question.
sir, I think it appears on all. Maybe there's something that you did not do right. That could be
Exactly,
the
but I
only
want.
reason.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll look into it much later, maybe after the meeting.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you
I'll
very
reach
much.
out to you.
I want to maybe that particular pair, and we all check it in our own entry.
Sir, what pair was it? Let
Oh,
us know the
I,
pair you.
I can't remember now, but I will check later.
Okay,
Thank you.
it's all right. Okay, sir. Any other person, please? Mr. Peter.
There is no hand up, but guys, can I just
Okay,
suggest?
any question in the chat box?
There is none. Guys, can I just suggest that we don't just because we have some of us are beginning to make this like a routine or like a cycle. Some of us already had some issues that we dropped in the group. This is the right time to bring it up. All right, it's not really ideal. An emergency meeting is for things that are ongoing that you can actually look at, and then we all dissect it together. All right.
Exactly.
I raised that issue today, and I appreciate the understanding Rema and I came to also have, which again Mr. Elvis has also elaborated on. All right, so guys, we don't just want people to look like, oh, we're calling for meeting, or maybe Mr. Elvis is bugging people to call for meeting. No, the meeting, it's like when you're in the military and they say there's an emergency call, everybody will respond and everybody will have something or two to say. So please, I don't want us to just be like we are coming to mark register and then when we go back to the chat, people start blasting and then
Exactly.
Rema puts a
Please
comment.
let
So
us speak our mind here.
yeah, let's learn. It's an open community, and the reason why I actually said that to Rema today was for the reason of what I think it was Madam. I don't know which of there's a name called
Madam
Niyi.
Tina, Madam Tina.
So I just raised it, and then I like the fact that Mr. Davis has also cleared that fact for us. So if for you that has done that, I also expect that people like that should also come up and express how you felt about it. So it's all about expressing how you feel and what you think. And again, the trade is that we all looked at the BTC USD. It's still ongoing. And for me, for instance, maybe I would ask that question. I don't know what happened. I only took 3 entry, Mr. Elvis. And so when Rema, please pay attention as well. So I marked up the highest, what's it called? What's this name again? Why do I forget? So I did a markup on the highest, what's the highest high or whatever they call it, and then it hit that point. And the moment it got there, I said, good. Today I kill this market. Let's catch this market. But immediately
You mean all
good,
time high?
yes, sir, all-time high. It went to as far as 558.006, which was closest to the all-time high of 58.109. And I said, this one, I kill this market there. But for whatever reason, MT5 was telling me that I do not have enough money. And I was looking at my account. It's it's almost 300 plus. And I was wondering why it kept flagging up. So I tried it like 2 times. So I had to start reducing the lot size. Initially, the lot size was 0.05. I brought it down to 3. I brought it down to 1. Still, it was still showing that. I don't know if anybody has had that experience. This is my very first time of having such experience. So if anybody has any idea, just please.
Okay. I think it's this. Okay, just like what happened to me on the US 10. You see, we're trading using a platform. Okay, we're not trading BTC. We're trading it here as contract for difference. We're not trading it like, okay, we bought the assets, we own the assets and all that. Okay, so what happens is that if you try to take a trade and it doesn't execute, okay, then it means that I think it has to do with maybe the liquidity with the broker that you're using, okay? It has to do with the broker. It has nothing to do with, the currency pair, okay? So I don't know also if maybe your setting is on market execution. Mr. Peter,
Not really. I can double check that one. It's not on market.
please also check if your setting is on market execution, okay? So sometimes there are trades you might try to take, and depending on the lot size you try to maybe use to take that trade, it may not execute immediately. And because certain of these instruments, they are highly volatile, based on the quick movement, it may not execute exactly at the point where you want it to. Most of the time, our educator talks about this, in terms of slippage and all that. So it may not execute at that very moment. So that could be the reason.
All right, that's fine, bro. Thanks, man. So any
Yes,
other
sir.
person, any other comment before Mr. Elvis closes for the day? Any other comment, any question? Auret's hand is up. Auret, the floor is yours now, please.
Okay, we can still proceed with the meeting. I'm waiting for them to open the room. They've not started yet.
Okay, so we have Auret,
So we
please.
still have.
All right, go ahead, please. Then we
Okay,
have
Auret
Madam
has
Augustina
dropped
as
her
well.
hand. So we have Madam Augustina, please. Madam Augustina, the floor is yours, man.
Thank you.
No,
Good
sorry.
evening.
Okay, I just wanted to unmute and it went on that. Sorry.
Auret, wait. Later,
Okay, she's on already.
Rapture.
Let her go.
Rapture,
Go
no,
ahead,
Rapture don't
Auret.
overtake her. She will come back later in the next word. Madam Augustina, go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone. Yes, there are some things I actually have to say. It was just the way I felt this evening because I know I've personally told this to Rema and to Mr. Elvis. I know I have my fears, I have my frustrations. So my being very keen on taking on this challenge is for me to overcome some of these things, and I just believe that I am in the company of people who know it better than myself. So I'm really, really willing to learn. Yeah, when we were sharing the trade ideas today, first and foremost, I didn't know that. I don't think at any point yesterday during the meeting was it mentioned that the only kind of signal we should look out for is the one that comes with the banner and the image. I didn't know that. So at some point today, when we were having the discussion I had been looking at some pairs, like the new pair Rema introduced today. I had no idea what it was, but as soon as he mentioned it, I added it to my drop down list. So while we're looking at the pairs, based on the analysis that was given this morning from HFM, and even the point when there is a reversal, traders could actually go in for a buy. So I mentioned it on the group, and I think at some point, Mr. Elvis especially wrote, for buy JBP. When I was like, okay, what pairs are we looking at? I asked that question, and he said, oh, okay, GBP, GBP, JPY for buy. I was just like, okay, even when I was looking at it, in my mind, to be honest, I think I was maybe too trusting, and really didn't go with my own instinct. I was just like, I was looking at what I was looking about. I was like, Mr. Elvis said, this is okay. He knows better than myself. So let's just go with it. And so at that point, I didn't pay attention to the signal Rema dropped. But I told myself, whatever happens, I won't lose beyond a certain amount. This is the amount I'm willing to lose in every trade, and then this is the amount I would want to make in every trade. So when I hit that point, um, when I hit that amount and the trade kicked me out of the market, I really didn't even take my time to look at the signal Rema had dropped. So I didn't say anything. I was just waiting for, okay, maybe when we convene in the evening and share ideas and everything. So I was really surprised when it was now looking like, if not that the other person that took that same trade equally took the signal Rema dropped, his own drop down, I think is she. the person's drop down would have been worse than my own. So, it now becomes something that is painful. This is a 1 year challenge, and somehow we all want to post successes. As much as we can't rule out, some time when we experience a loss, but at least we want to. I can't, for my first outing, and it's like this. I'm not really happy about it. It's not like I'm waiting for anyone to spoon feed me or something. So it now becomes a situation of where everybody is doing their thing and then coming to share their success story. Because I know the other person that posted his result today, those peers he even took, no one even talked about it in the platform. I think the whole idea, or maybe the way I look at it is, if we are going to take a trade, we are supposed to at least encourage each other. Like, okay, we know we're not saying anybody should wait for any express signal, but like, okay, as a community, this is what we feel. There are still people in that community that know better. Mr. Peter, Mr. Elvis, Presco, some other persons too. I'm not a guru at these things. I only just started forex trading, and I'm encouraged to think I can do it because of what I see some of you doing. So when it now looks like I'm just there and fooling myself, honestly, I was very pained this evening. That's just the way I feel about it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, all right, let's hear from you. My meeting has actually started. I don't know before I
You,
respond.
you can jump into your meeting. We can kick you out of this one. Go into your meeting. This is family. This is family. We are discussing family issues
Mr.
here
Peter
now.
will give you Chinese. Oh, this one that you're giving all of us ching chong. What happened?
Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, guys, I was actually like trying to express gratitude for all what we are doing here. And I know we really have a long way and we learn every day. So no one should feel weakened by anything said. One thing I actually wanted to share as well was based on stop loss. Whenever we actually want to set our take profits, we also need to be alert that, sometimes if you want to stop like your loss, maybe a maximum of $10 or something, because along how trade flips, you also need to be very cautious of how the movement is going. So sometimes you can't set your stop loss. To me, you shouldn't really, anyway, let me not talk too much. But what I noticed was that you need to be cautious of where, if you set your stop loss and it goes to the stop loss first before take profit, it will do the loss now and bounce completely. So one thing I noticed well, because the line, based on how one started and everything, there were open doors for like 14 successful trades and only one at a loss, only because of the fact that I set a stop loss. The trade of what I did yesterday, at least I didn't really check my body in line with today. The trade of what I did yesterday pulled up about $82, you know. So by God's grace, we're all moving to the glory of God. And it's just like patience, and we're all learning. May we all move consistently, and like nobody should be shaken by any negative thing. It's a learning spot for us to move. Because with the stop loss, nobody go teach me, might go do stop loss first, along take profits. If something goes scatter loss for my market. So guys, may God carry
Let
us
me even
through.
say this before I jump out because I'm leaving you guys. We'll still talk more about this. Madam Augustina, I've taken note of what you said, and I totally understand. But you see that fear, I will come out from your body. No worry. For me, I don't trade with stop loss. No. I don't. I will tell you the truth. I don't use stop loss. Before I go into a trade, I know what I'm doing. And once I go in, I go in. Because for me, stop loss has made me lose money several times in trading. So, but yes, it said, always use stop loss. It's understandable. But you see me, I'm a risk taker. I take risk. Okay. And when I make up my mind, I say, okay, whatever is going to happen, let it happen. Okay. Because the truth is, I'll rather watch my trade, go to a certain level and I decide, okay, this is where I want to take profit. This is what I'm comfortable with. Because sometimes setting stop loss and take profit as well could either make you make less or even lose money in the market. Yes. So for me, I don't. But I'm not encouraging you not to. Okay? I'm not telling you not to. We're all different. We'll have our trading style. Okay?
will have a different risk appetite. Okay. Some people, no matter how good a trade is, they may not even use up to 0.05. Okay. They may not. But you see, on this journey, I'm telling you, a particular day that I see a good trade and I can make $100 in a day, I'll make the $100 and rest for the rest of the week. I'm not taking any other trade. That's the kind of person I am, because I'm very busy. I have other things I'm doing, so I won't be following the market every day. So, but as time goes on, we'll all learn this, and we'll get to that place where we're confident enough. And the reason why I said this is, see, any trade you see me take on a live account, I'm also taking it on a demo. So you can also do that for yourself. Okay? See, use that demo. Build yourself. Okay? Build yourself. Build your confidence with that demo. And when your mind don't strong, you don't get to be a ball, then you can now apply that thing with your live account. Okay? So that's what I just have to say. And I'll jump into the other meeting. I'll leave with the Rema and Peter, to continue. I might still be in, but I won't be talking. I'll just mute myself until it's time to close the meeting. But let me join the other meeting. Thank you. Mr. Peter, over to you.
All right, that's fine. Thank you very much, Chairman. The chairman now, bros. Chairman Elvis. We have one more, just to add to what Mr. Elvis said about Madam Augustina. Yeah, I sort of in line with him, and I want to also say to everyone that if you haven't read that PDF file that was shared in the group that says overcoming fear in forex trading, please do well to read that, and also do well to read. I just want to recommend do well to read. If there are a few things that we've actually shared earlier as we began this journey, so please everyone do well to go through those write-up. One of them is discipline in trading. The other one is overcoming fear in forex trading, and the other one is successful trading tips. All right, please, let's do well to read those stuff, and also do well to read to have this at the back of our mind for those of us who might be thinking that we might be scared. Now, one of these things I would recommend that you have a look at all the time. It's what we call the trading checklist. Please, I recommend and advise everyone, please do well before you go into the trade. Let's say, for instance, the beginning of every day that you are sure that, yes, you want to take a trade today, please go through the trading checklist. All right, number 1 to number 8. Now, check your account balance, which is number 1. Number 2, analyze the overnight session. All right, number 3, which is find out what is the sentiment in the market. You already have that with the HFM Telegram group. All right, number 4, check the economic calendar. You have, every one of us has Forex Factory. You have access to Forex Factory. You have access to Baby Peeps. You have access to live currency transmitter. Number 5, monitor news and events. So it's the same thing. Number 4 and number 5, they simultaneously go together, hand in hand. Number 6, it said look for key support and resistance level. Now, if you see, most time whenever I'm trying to analyze a trade, I would show you. I will always go and look for. So the way I do my own stuff, it's simple. Now, even when the SMA strategy comes or signal comes up, I always want to go check properly as well. All right, so that again would help build your confidence. You see, it has also helped Rema as well to get to where he is. It's also helping some other people, Madam Ekwi, and a few other people within that we know that are becoming snipers. All right, go check key support area. Now, the reason for that is that for a buy, or rather for a sell, every previous support, all right, every previous support, a very strong previous support consistently, and then where there is a slight resistance and all of that, gives you a better option for for a buy. I mean, beg your pardon, for a sell. Now, what does that mean? Simply means that that support now becomes a new resistance for a sell if everything on your trading checklist have been confirmed. All right, you've confirmed the overnight session. It is from the overnight session you are doing your charting. You are breaking it down. You are seeing what has happened. 1 day candle. I mean, 1 day candle. I always like to do that. I do a 1 day candle. I do a 1 hour candle. I do a 40 minutes. I do a 30 minutes. And then I look at it 5 minutes. And then going back to what Mr. Ohachim said yesterday, if I beg your pardon if I'm not correct. Now, that will begin to help you look at the structure in which the market is going to play out. All right. Now, that if I get all of those confirmation, all I need to do is just add the SMA to it. And I say, yes, on the 1 hour candle, which is what my MT5 is stated, is tagged on, this is actually good to go. And that's why I'm still looking at the BTC trade and saying to myself that leave this market, let it be playing itself, be acting like it's going up. It will come down because why? On the 1 hour time frame, both the stochastic and the resistance and the DMI, which is part of what I also look into, as prepping themselves for a sell. And I know because it has gotten to the highest point of whatever that language is, I've forgotten again. And I'm confident that this market is going to sell. So what did I say in the last message I shared with people in the group? Make sure before, in case you are taken off by sleep, which is a natural occurrence, all right, that will happen. Please ensure to take a TP. Put your TP if you're still in the BTC trade. All right, don't be scared. The market is actually going to drop. That's for a fact. Unless otherwise, we can quickly check to see if there's going to be news on USD tomorrow. But again, I know for a fact that because it has gone up, it is already prepared itself as a selling market. So, guys, stay put to it, and then let's get it right. Again, for the community, as we have all shared earlier today, yes, these things will happen. Not everybody wants starting. We were there before. We all started like that. You know, there were days where I was in a live session with a pro educator all the way from, there were some from Colombia, Canada, US. People will be winning. I'll be looking at me and say, well, all of us enter the same time. How come am I losing this trade? All right. So again, that's another thing you want to look at. People could be winning and you are seeing that it's not the same trade. How come I lose? Again, the key factor there is the timing. All right, the timing, it's very key. That was one of the reasons why I raised that issue, so that we all look at it. And then again, on the trading checklist, number 7 says technical analysis. Analyze the daily intraday chart for the traded asset. So the traded asset you want to trade, like for instance, when Rema gave BTC USD, he has already, I want to believe he has checked done his technical analysis to analyze the daily and the intraday. So you got to learn that one. And then number 8 is go get a coffee and relax before starting your trading day. All right. So you might not get a coffee. You might go and get whatever you want to get. Like me, I want to get whatever I want to get, and then that propels you for your day. So what you have done, you have prepared your mind. So your mind has got to be prepared. So what it means is that there are some trades that you just look at. Okay, no, I might not want to take it. It's like the US 30 that Rema gave earlier today, and then at some point said, if you have not taken it, please, you can still take it. I was looking at it and I went, yeah, Rema said so. No, I literally didn't take it. But then later again, when I saw others who took it, still also made profit out of it, I felt, you know what, it is part of my discipline. So please don't fret that you think that, oh yes, you didn't take the trade, or maybe something went wrong. Listen, we are all in the learning phase. That's what we are all doing here. All right. Every one of us are done JAM now. We have gotten admission into year 1. And so also we'll get better. Maybe first semester we'll not get it right. Second semester we'll get it right. Year 2, we'll get it right. So that's the process. So that's how I want every one of us to have an open mind. You're not getting it right now. Fine. It doesn't mean you're not going to get it right. But just stay in the journey with every one of us. Like I posted in the last message, let's grow together. That's our goal. And so we are very much available to carry every one of us to grow together. That being said, I'll leave it at that, and I will ask Mr. Sorry, I'm finding it difficult to pronounce his name. Unsongo. Please take the floor now, and then hopefully if there's no we'll wrap it up.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Peter.
You're welcome, sir.
My own is just a few comments I want to make concerning this journey we're embarking on. Though I would say I'm not really a newbie in forex trading. Though I want to also say a big thank you to Rema for the strategy, which I've helped to kill the fear I've had over the years in forex trading. At least now, when I wait and I realize that the strategy has set and do all my due diligence, I will comfortably take the trade and wait. Even when it's reversing, I'll still have that confidence that it will actually go to where the signal is directing. So that has helped to kill that fear I once had. But where I'm having it a bit strange is the issue of discipline. That is one of the things that made me really embrace this journey, because it's one of the things I've discussed with Mr. Elvis about how to help guide me and my colleagues on discipline, how to trade and be disciplined about trading. So when I heard this, I was so happy and decided to join so that that discipline will be there and I will imbibe in it and work with it. But the way we are going now, on my own opinion, it look as if we are still allowed to do our thing differently and come and share in the group. I'm thinking that if we go like this, people might still not really abide by that discipline and exceed when you want to exit, leave when you. I was thinking it would be something that was okay. This is what we are doing. We have end this. You show what you're doing and you close. Somebody will direct you and say, okay, stop here today, and we'll stop, because that was what I wanted him to do for me and my people. For today, I have waited, even though my work will not really give me time to really analyze and follow the trade. So I've been going to the WhatsApp group and all of those things. I just told myself, no need to worry about it. Today is just the first day. So if you miss out today, tomorrow can be your first day. So after work, I really need to go and look at the chart. And God helping me to, I made where gold setting again, and I take that trade. I think 3 entry gave me about $4, and I had to exit the market before this meeting. So I think we really need to do something about that area of when to go in, stop the market, and those are the kind of discipline I want. At least I know that somebody is monitoring me, somebody is checking what I'm doing. So that if I go against the rules, I will be penalized and all of those things. So it will help me to really imbibe that discipline. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right, Rema, do you want to? You want to?
All right, thank
Or
you, boss.
are you looking to
I
add
want
to what Oga just said before I interject, and then we'll wrap it up by 9 o'clock? Yeah, it's already 9. All right, go on if you want to add to what you just said. Yeah, go on quickly.
what I want to say is first of all concerning the discipline. You see, until you are hit, until you are struck very hard, your discipline will not come. You see, the discipline will always be something personal, no matter what. You see, Boss Elvis can put it that we are making 5% daily or 3% daily. But you know, one thing we always fail to forget is this, that nobody will hold your hand to say stop the trade. Nobody will tell you to start the trade. You have to take the discipline by yourself. You have to be disciplined yourself. You get what I'm saying? So there is no strategy right now that anybody is going to tell you right now and say that, okay, um do it this way, and you're going to get the result. The only best thing we can tell you is to post it and tell you that what, be disciplined. We cannot hold your hand. We cannot, you understand me, cause you to initiate another trade. It has to come to you personally. But I tell you, anybody that is not disciplined, maybe Forex has not hitting the person's money enough. Get that from me. Maybe you have actually not learned from your lesson. If you learn from your lesson, you want to be disciplined. You want to be disciplined. You know, if after following power dot for 3 or 4 times with, let's say, $200, $100, $300, 3 good times, and it hits you, and now you discover a strategy where you could be earning very, very well, and you still say you will not be disciplined, then you are the problem. Sorry for my word, all right? Then you are the problem. And the only way that you can really, really stop this is to have a trading plan. I'm the one posting the signal. Do you think I can't take a lot size? I can't take a large lot size. Do you think I am not sure about whatever I'm trying to post? But I am teaching myself something. That's why I'm taking a very small lot size. If you see my post now, always is what? A small lot size. A small lot size. There is a reason why I'm doing that. I'm teaching myself that discipline. I'm teaching myself that I'm trying to know, okay, with the small lot size, with 0.0, that is one way to discipline yourself. Have a trading plan. Please have a trading plan. I was talking yesterday that maybe, everybody trading plan is different. Mr. Peterson is different. The more I keep saying it, I pick it, and I said, no, I also have to take this. And in one of the how do they call it, a webinar talking about journaling, I took that and I said, no, this thing is very, very serious. So you can do that for yourself. You can draw set a table, and I know it's quite late. I wish I could just share my screen on what I do. Just share my screen on my trading plan. You should just see my trading plan so that somebody can also have a fair idea, you see, as to what to do. Mr. Peter, am I permitted?
Yes, sir. Go on, sir. Hold on.
Okay. Let me share my screen and just show you. It's a sample. This is just a sample. You can also use this if you want to. Please, I think we can see my screen.
Yeah.
All right. Let me open my trading plan. I used to. You see, it doesn't necessarily have to look very beautiful. It's just all about understanding what it is. Look at my plan. You see at the top there, I wrote my trading plan for the week. Okay. Monday, I started this Thursday. Okay. So you can see I left the Monday part, Tuesday, Wednesday part, and I came on Thursday. So I have days, I have the currency pair, that's the C pair. I have the news. So it makes me know that, okay, this particular day, don't go to this place, don't near this place. You see, and I have time to trade. I study any of the pair that I take. I study the most of the time that the pair have the strongest move. I study that, and if you see, I have lot size. Look at my lot size, 0.1, 0.5. Anywhere you see the 0.5, this 0.05 that you saw, I realized that, okay, no, I have to take a higher one because of the spread or the way it is. Okay, but most of them 0.1, 0.01, 0.01. I believe you can see that. Wherever you see the 0.10, it means that that one is the automatic loss size that the MT4 is giving. Okay, so if you look at it, the time to trade I have, the loss size, and my results. So on Thursday, what I traded was the Euro CHF, and this is the result I got here. The result is 4.9. And look at my remark. From 11 a.m., the strong move set in. I took note of that. So it means next time if I'm trading that particular pair, I will not forget that thing. Okay, then Friday, you see, I didn't Friday, do we have other things too? Other news on what? USD and CAD. Okay, and look at among all, I traded AUD, GPY, and look at what I made a loss. This is the loss, negative 6.52. Then look at my remark. Why did I lose? Why did I lose? The remark is there. Trade taking the wrong time. I took that trade on the wrong time. In fact, I did not even wait for signal. I was just trying something out. You see? So now, Monday, which was yesterday, I traded, Monday, yesterday, 9th September, I traded BTC, okay, with a loss size of what? 0.01. All the scalping I did, I made some losses on BTC. I got some gain at the end. In total, I made $1. $1. Okay. Now, yesterday I traded USD, US 30F, and the move, the trading time is around 2 a.m. and 4 p.m. That is when the move is always strong for this pair. That is why we saw what we saw happen today. Because of what? This 4 p.m. If you notice what happened today, around 4 p.m. in Ghana time, or around close to 4 p.m., that is when we saw that move. I've seen that since yesterday. So look at the profit I had, 8.20. And look at my remark. I said wait for the intersection after 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. Did you see what happened today? This happened today, and this was yesterday. Guys, can you see what I'm talking about? This was a trade I took yesterday on US 30F. Okay, look at my remark. After my result, I realized that what? I'm supposed to wait for the intersection after 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. The move will come. And what happened today? That played out today. Look at the gold. I didn't trade gold yesterday because the signal didn't come. Okay, it didn't come. Then I didn't trade this. I traded gold and I got this. So this is just for us to see the trading plan. So by the time we are done with this meeting right now, I will go for tomorrow, Wednesday, and go and draw the plan again. Okay, and I will update all the results I have here. I will update it here. That will guide us. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So we need decorated as Mr. Peterson. You don't need to be decorated as mine. Anything you think that will make you understand what you are doing better. Anything, I think it will make you understand it better. If you want to make it colorful, fine, but just be able to make meaning out of it, and you will get the result. You will get the result. And I also want to say that Mr. Augustina, I love the effort you are putting. I love the effort you are putting, and don't give up. A lot is coming. Don't give up. A lot is coming. See, time is coming, and some of all these pairs will get to realize that they are a waste of time. I'm telling you, time is coming. We'll get to realize that there are some pairs, they are just waste of time. You see that journal I just showed you right now? I'll be removing some pair. out of it because of the result I'm getting from there. And you will also be doing the same thing. And guys, I'm telling you, the success is sure. Somebody just share a result with me. I'm telling you, PowerDot has never made that money for her before in one day. I mean, just today she made $85 from what we learn here. You see, by just doing it herself. PowerDot has never made that for us in a day. You see, so please, let the learning process continue. Let us ensure we are disciplined. Don't take too much. Don't take too much. Take what you can take and leave the market for people. Take what you can take and leave the market for people. You get what I'm saying? And the best way I think I can do that is to just set my loss size in 0.01. Pam, I'm okay. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was in depth. Super amazing, Mr. Rema. Thank you very, very much. I want to say a big thank you to every one of us that have been on the call. I think we've actually said it. We were over 20 something. Now we are 12. All right, but that tells you what it is with the learning space. All right, so please we will share this within the group. But like Rema said, have a plan. All right. It is also whatever we're saying. It is part of the trading checklist. Having a plan. All right. Have a plan. Even the educators will say it as well. Have a trading plan. You cannot treat trading like a business and you don't have a plan. There's an ad. There's a word. There's a quote that says, "He who fails to plan plans to fail. He who fails to plan plans to fail." And John Maxwell says, if you're going to fail or fall, don't fall backward, fall forward. So when you're falling forward, that means there is progression. So that's what John Maxwell says in one of his book. All right. And then the truth is that when you know these things, all right, you control your destiny. You control what you are here for. All right, that's one of the words of Brad D. Heaven. I think it's the guy that wrote The Currency of the Future. That's one of his words. He said, when you know this. So what it was specifying, it was this thing. So for this thing that you're saying now, all right, when you know it, you are sure of your destiny. So you are controlling it. All right. So when you have all of this put together, what you're building for yourself is more money, more freedom, more fulfillment, more choices. All right. But then one of the things we've got to do is to wake up and change our dynamics. All right. We all need to wake up and change the dynamics. What do we mean? You need to change your analogy, the way you see things, the way you see the market. See it not just casual, but treat it like we said in one of our slides, treat it as a business. All right. So again, I want to say a big thank you to every one of you for joining. It was meant to be an emergency call, but I know for a fact that nothing within this community is an emergency, and it will stay for that stipulated time because we want to see everybody win. That's our desire. The bottom is way too crowded, but that does not mean we're undermining anybody at the bottom. We want to see everybody at the top. All right, that's the way we want to see. We want to see even some of us. We are not at the top yet. We're not where we want to be yet. Right? We're not there yet. All right, we're not there yet. All right. One of my daughter came to me the other day and said, "Daddy, in our next trip, can you buy every one of us business class?" And I said, "Of course, yes. It's possible." All right, of course, yes, it's possible. And she just smiled and she walked away and she went to tell the other sisters that, listen, in our next trip, holiday trip, Daddy said we're going to all be in business class. And when I overheard it from my study, I was literally I was smiling, I was filled with joy. And I wrote straight away, and I wrote it on my journal, on my normal writing journal. I said, all things, I just wrote it, I said, all things are possible. Next trip, business class. Full stop. Because I was in my study. So some of these things, what Rema shared with us, it's absolutely deep, and It is, in fact, when he was sharing it, I was going straight to Google to go and check journal. And hopefully, if I find one, I will share it in the group how you can create a journal. And hopefully, maybe if I can't, we'll ask Rema to share a template and just share it in the group. People, every one of you, pick it. Begin to redesign your device, your phone. How you want your phone to be. There's Samsung. For those of you having Android, there's Android, there's Notepad. Anything, you just put it there. All right. There is keep notes or whatever in Android. iPhone, I don't really know because I'm not a user of iPhone, but you can also create something. There's something there to create. So you create it. Not until you become the product, you cannot do well with the product. So you've got to become the product, and then you can do well with the product. But it starts with discipline. And in discipline, you've got to. I like what Oga Sogo said. He said they are looking at, and it's not far from the truth. But we've all got to be in that place. Now, what we're doing now, if you look at that little caption that we have on the group, it said, "Let's grow together." You see, everybody's holding hands. All right, so that's what we want to do. So again, I want to say a big thank you. For those of you who could not take the trade, I'm not going to say take it now because you're already pouring that. I don't know what's happening. I literally just said the same thing. Send a text to one of my downlines and say, listen, if you haven't taken the BTC trade, you can take it at the 57.997. Rema, you can confirm that, it actually touched the highest high 3 times now. It's a good place, but like I said to Mr. Elvis, I don't know, he's still refusing me and telling me not enough. You see, now, so imagine that at that point, there is no doubt. This market before daybreak, it will pour like in the morning. You will not be speaking Ghanaian language. You'll be saying it to saying. You'll be saying if you can, but I'm not going to say go into the trade now. But you can actually go check it out, reanalyze it, and see, and let's see if it's something you want to jump into at the 5.7. If it does any retracement backward at the 5.7997 or anything around that zone, 5.7997, 5.795, anything around that zone. If you find it and you are confident and you have checked all your trading checklists, you can snipe the market, but ensure you put a stop loss. I beg your pardon, you put a take profit so that it doesn't come and then enter your take profit and goes back and you are already asleep and you have missed out. All the same, listen, guys, I celebrate every one of you. I want to say a big thank you on behalf of our community lead in the person of Mr. Elvis. I want to say thank you on behalf of Mr. Rema, on behalf of every one of you. Listen, guys, you guys are absolutely amazing. And if not for you guys, there will be no Web 360 community. And so on that note, thank you, everyone, and have a pleasant evening. Good night.
Good night.